India's youth unemployment rate has skyrocketed past that of adults.
83% of the jobless workforce in India is under 34 years of age.
Educated people are struggling more compared to those without formal schooling.
Graduate unemployment is almost 30%, 30. Unemployment among people with higher education is 18%. And now look at unemployment among people who cannot read or write, just 3.4%. This is called educated unemployment.
Unemployment is one of the leading causes of suicide, especially among young adults.
3,548 people committed suicide due to unemployment in 2020, and this number is the highest since 2018.
Despite earning degrees, many young people in India are facing a very tough job market. This highlights the growing disconnect between formal education and real-world success. If you want to dive deeper into this issue and learn how to navigate today's complex career landscape, then keep watching. Hello and welcome to Savvy Lifestyle 24. As we enter September, a month often dedicated to self-improvement, today we are diving into why degrees alone may not be enough to secure success. Instead, we will focus on intentional living as well as skill development to help you thrive in today's world, as well as how aligning your actions with your values can open new doors for you. But before we get there, let us examine the growing disconnect between education and real-world opportunities. This illusionment is at an all-time high, with faith in our institutions, especially the education system, crumbling. Instead of equipping young people for real-world challenges, our education system often leaves them unprepared and lost. This inadequacy is reflected in alarming statistics. According to the India Employment Report 2024 by the ILO and IHD, the unemployment rate among educated youth with at least secondary education has nearly doubled, rising to 65.7% in 2022 from 35.2% in 2000. But the problem doesn't stop there. Unemployment isn't just an economic issue, it's a mental health crisis. When people spend years pursuing degrees and are still left jobless at the end of the day, it creates a deep sense of failure and despair. Research from the NCRB in India shows that unemployment is one of the leading causes of suicide, especially among young adults. This is not just about financial instability, it's about losing a sense of purpose, which is a very important component of mental well-being. At the heart of this crisis is the outdated belief that degrees alone can guarantee success. This might have worked in the past, but in today's hyper-competitive world, this is no longer enough. The job market has become so saturated that even those with top qualifications are struggling to find meaningful work. Moreover, this degree-centric approach has overshadowed the importance of practical skill sets. Rajiv Dhabatkar, the founder of the National Organization for Software and Technology Professionals, highlights this shift in an article in the Times of India. He points out that the talent landscape in India is evolving from a degree-focused to a skill-focused approach. Companies now value industry-ready experience over prestigious degrees from elite institutions. He also notes the need for India's education system to adapt by emphasizing skill development and training relevant to the job market. The effects of this outdated mindset are devastating. Years are spent pursuing these degrees only to end up jobless or trapped in unfulfilling careers. This leads to a sense of aimlessness, low self-esteem, as well as mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. But it's not just the individual that suffers. The consequences ripple through society. Economic stagnation, rising inequality, and increased social unrest are all tied to educated but unemployed youth who feel disenfranchised. This disillusionment breeds not only at home but globally, creating a cycle that is very hard to break from. But here's how intentional living comes in as a game changer. Intentional living means to make conscious decisions that align with your deepest values and passions. Time is of the essence, and waiting for the system to change isn't an option. The job market is evolving day by day, and the only way to stay ahead is to act now. So how does this tie into skill building? It's simple. In today's fast-paced world, skills are the new currency. Whether it's coding, marketing, public speaking, or creative pursuits like writing and design, skills can open new doors for you that degrees alone may not. And as technology advances and competition increases, it is a must to upgrade your skills. However, it's not just about learning a skill for the sake of it. It's about aligning those skills with your purpose. What are you passionate about? What impact do you want to make? These are the questions that will guide you to the right skills that you need to pursue and eventually lead you to a more fulfilling life. That is what we are all about at Savvy Lifestyle 24. Living intentionally means acknowledging the fact that learning is an ongoing process. It is about understanding that success is no longer linear. It's dynamic. The more you invest in your skills, the more opportunities you will unlock and the closer you will get to the life that you want to live. While it's crucial for you to take charge of your skill development, we cannot ignore the responsibility of our government and educational institutions. Unemployability crisis in India is not just a result of individual failings. It's a systemic issue that requires comprehensive reform. Our education system for far too long has been clinging to this outdated curricula that no longer serves today's dynamic job market.
ये नहीं कभी स्कूल में सिखाएंगे कि बिजनेस कैसे खोलना है, पर आपको हिस्ट्री की डेट्स बताएंगे. डेट्स. आई एम नॉट सेइंग हिस्ट्री इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट, ओके, बट हिस्ट्री के लेसन नहीं देंगे कि हिस्ट्री में आपने क्या सीखा, बट आपको डेट बताएंगे. डेट. और वही डेट एग्जाम में आएगी और उसके बेसिस पे आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे.
It is high time that the government and educational institutions take decisive action. We need to push towards a paradigm shift where we focus on integrating skill development into academic curriculum from the ground up. However, while we wait for these systemic changes to take root, you as an individual need to take proactive steps for your own life. It is vital that you take charge of your own destiny because blaming the system alone will not solve the problem. Assess your current situation. Take a step back and evaluate where you are. Are you happy with your job? Does it align with your goals and passions? What other skills do you need to develop to get closer to your dream job? Invest in skill-based learning. In the interim, try to seek out for opportunities to develop your skills independently. This means leveraging online platforms, attending workshops, as well as seeking mentorship for fields that interest you. For example, platforms like YouTube itself is a goldmine and offers abundance of resources for you to learn any skill that you want in your chosen field. So while the systems evolve, you have the power to stay ahead by continuously learning and adapting. Set clear intentions. Identify your purpose and try to make conscious, intentional decisions every single day so that it gets you closer to this purpose. This could be anything as small as dedicating 30 minutes a day to learning a new skill. Adopt a growth mindset. It's very easy to fall into the trap of feeling completely powerless in the face of systemic issues. But adopting a growth mindset can make a real difference. Instead of focusing and waiting for the perfect conditions or the government to act, it is time that you focus on what you can control, and that is your own learning and development. Embrace failure as growth. Remember that self-improvement is a journey and failure is a part of it. Don't let any of these setbacks deter you. Instead, you gotta use them for refining your own path and purpose. Lastly, contribute to the change. Now, as you build your skills and become more experienced over time, you can also contribute to the broader change by advocating for better education policies, supporting skill-based initiatives, and mentoring others in your community. At 22, I completely understand how daunting life can be, especially when we are trying to navigate through these different career paths. After I completed my graduation in zoology last year, I decided not to follow the traditional route of pursuing further education, but instead follow my passion for digital creation. Now, starting from the scratch, I ventured into web designing, blogging, and then finally into content creation. Initially, I was facing a lot of problems with web designing. However, I got past those challenges because of my willingness to learn. And let me tell you, I'm still living in the trenches and I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things. It's been chaotic, okay? Like, honestly, it's been very hectic for me. But what keeps me going is this fleeting opportunity called life is here for a reason. And that is why I'm making this video, to help you find your purpose, because you and I both have a purpose in this life, right? And I want you to embrace your own purpose and help you align your own actions with your own values and passions. So, where does this leave us? The truth is, degrees still have a value, but they are not the end all be all. In a world where competition is so fierce and systems often fail us, it is a combination of purpose and skill sets that truly sets us apart. We really need to break free from this idea that the traditional path is the only way to success. Instead, let us embrace intentional living, a way that is purpose-driven, flexible, and skill-focused. By doing this, we not only set ourselves for personal success, but we also contribute to a better, more resilient society. As we mark Self-Improvement Month this September, I want you to challenge yourself to live more intentionally. Don't just chase a degree, chase a purpose. And don't just seek a job. Look for opportunities to build your skills, and this way you can transform your life and the world around you. And that is the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to let you know that the SL24 store is now open, so you can go check that out, as well as now you can sign up for the newsletter at SL24 website. All the links will be available in the description box below, so please check that out. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts with me in the comments section, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.